think I got it. There it is. Okay, I think I'm good. I had a couple stray hairs, and I think I got it. All right, this is your boy Bry. I'm over here at the compound, and let me give you a rundown on what's going on today. Let's take a look. Let's get through the maze, okay, and we'll get over here and take a look at what we have here, people. Well, at first glance, you'd say, that's a wiry mess you have there, mister. And if you'd say that, well, you'd be correct. However, the mess part, I don't know. This is a harness. I have about 4 harnesses on this 86 Dodge Ram. And as you can see, when I pulled it apart, what I did is I labeled everything. Speaker, okay. You've got the lighter tray. What else do we have here? Cargo light switch. This is a harness that says it could have been a potential disaster if you didn't take it apart correctly and label it. But what we've got here, even if it was, you say you're into a project truck and this wasn't torn apart and labeled correctly, or let's just say worst case scenario, this was all burned and you had no harness, don't let that scare you, okay? And here's why. You can go, here's another tech tip for you. You can go to a junkyard and actually do the same thing. You can take pictures and you can see what the heck's going on with it. All right, now there's one, I don't know where that went, but that might have been a speaker wire or something, but we're going to figure that out. All this old tape that came from the factory, this has to all be pulled off, and we're going to go ahead and rewrap all the looms. What I've done here, even though this is dusty, as you can see, this is the original equipment. Okay, all the connectors, this was a California truck. All the connectors look really wonderful. There's no green deterioration. Everything looks amazing. The wiring itself looks good. I don't see any breaks in it. I've been all through it. These are the connectors right from the units themselves. This goes behind the dash panel. As you can see, everything looks really wonderful in here. This is the one that goes through the cab, okay? I have the other harnesses that go in the engine bay area, and this is what I'm working on tonight. If you're older than 40 years old, you'll know what this is. If you're not, if you're a millennial, that's not a game controller. That's an actual floor switch for the high beams. Okay, and we're going to keep that. But here, let me give you a walk down of what we got here. I went over to Harbor Freight, and this is what I bought. I bought some 1/2-inch wire tube sleeve tubing, 25 foot of it. They do sell the it's a 12 foot or 7 foot. It's the plastic style, and I like that, and it's nice, but this is more, how do I put it? It's got like a different texture to it. It's softer. It's more of a true harness loom, if you can see that. It's actually much nicer than that rigid plastic stuff. So we're going to go ahead and utilize this. And this was $9. I've got the 25% off of it over the weekend. The other thing is, the other stuff is $3.97 for 7 feet, so it's still $9 by the time you get 25 foot of it. But this is nicer stuff here, okay? I may need one more, I don't know. But either way, that's good to go. Now, also what I bought here, I found this on sale. This was a kit. Now, you know I have a nice DeVilbiss setup for painting the truck or painting things. This one here is a professional automotive HVLP high volume low pressure kit spray gun, And it looks like this was on sale. They had it on discontinued. It comes with 2 guns. It comes with a cleaning kit. It comes with, this is the one I really wanted, was a little baby one for doing the touch-ups. I don't have that. So for what I did is I got this for $29. It was on clearance. We're going to open it up. As you can see, it's a really nice kit. Central Pneumatics. And if you think, well, you can't really paint nothing with that, you should get online. There's a fella over, I can't remember exactly where he's at, I think England. He buys all the cheapest guns you can buy, and he does amazing work with it. So it's not always the name brand that gets you a good paint job, people. And here's the other thing. Some people can do amazing things with normal stuff, if you know what I mean. You don't need the, it's no different than, say, a Porsche or whatever. I mean, yeah, you're going down the road just the same as a regular vehicle, but it might be a little nicer. But at the end of the day, this comes with all the different tips, little cleaning kit. It comes with a little tool for taking the gun apart. Comes with the instructions, okay? We're not going to really need those because we know how to use these, but the finish on these is not a high gloss chrome. It's that matte finish, and they're very nice in the hand. It's a really, really nice gun. It's got a really nice quality, honestly. And I don't know if they're making these in Bangladesh, if they're making them in Japan, China, Taiwan. I really don't know. And honestly, I really don't care, because these are going to be very handy, this little small cup for doing touch-ups. Okay? It also comes with a bigger style here. I'm trying to do this one-handed, people, to give you the review, but okay. So this says a 30 psi maximum inlet pressure, which is fine because that's about where I run my stuff anyway, 25 to 30. Otherwise, you're just blowing air all over everything. Now look at that. That's got a little bit of Vaseline or something on it, right? So before you paint with that, see that? Before you paint with that gun, see how nice and shiny that made my finger? That's Vaseline or something. And before you paint with that gun, you should always run some thinner through your guns. Okay? But with this gun here, we're going to be able to, let me get my light, my trusty Harbor Freight light. We're going to set it in here in a minute. Now, as you see, inside here, it'd be nice with this little gun to touch up all inside the cab area. And we got to paint that as soon as the weather breaks here and we get some nice weather. We're going to paint that. But let me show you what we've got going on so far. What I've done here is I pulled this down off the rack. As you see, I have another one up there. That was from another truck. But this is the original one from this truck. It's faded a little bit. You can see the 2 different colors. Where this was hidden underneath the weather strip of the front window. That's the true original color. And this is the faded color. I don't mind that faded color, honestly. And here's the thing. It gives it character. Okay, I actually like that. It's nice. It's got the rubber pieces that are from the factory on there. Nothing's busted on this, people. It's in good shape. It's got the air conditioner vents. You can see that. This is an air conditioner truck. Okay. All the pieces and components go in here. These Dodge vehicles were made to put the dash together first and then assemble it. As you see, these 2 bolts here, these go in over here. Where are we at, people? Right here. And that's what holds the dash in. There is a metal piece that goes along the bottom. There's a metal rail system that goes in on the bottom. And I've got that already painted. And we're going to go ahead and put that in. But this is where, up here is where the top of the dash goes in. As you can see, the rubber goes over it. If you've got to pull the dash, you've got to pretty much pull the window out of it. If you know what I mean. But we're not worried about that because we're going to go ahead and put the dash in. We're getting brand new glass for this truck. I want to show you something here. What I've done is, remember last year, maybe even the year before, I had painted these. These from the factory, they don't paint them. They just, there's a little line here where they just dust them with paint right here down, and the rest of this is all just raw steel. But as you can see, these have all been sanded completely down, primered and painted. As you see, this is white lithium grease here. This is where the rod goes through. And you can see up in here, all this, the bushings, these little plastic bushings that come with it originally. Where are we at? Right up in there. And on each side, there's plastic bushings. They're totally in good shape, and I put lithium grease on that entire shaft. There's a spring system that goes over here on this, which keeps the clutch up, so when you push it down, it wants to come back. This is the clutch, people. If you're a millennial and you don't know what a clutch is, this is a clutch. This is a brake pedal, and then the gas pedal goes over on the wall there. But I don't mean to knock the millennials. They just haven't had a lot of experience with these. This is what standard option back in the day when I was growing up. Everything was pretty much standard. If you didn't drive standard, you didn't drive. But we got that in. I got part of the emergency brake piece in. As you can see, I've already painted all these. This is the one thing nice about having them already pre-painted. You can just go ahead and reinstall them. I don't know. I just had a hankering to get this going. You know, this year this truck's getting going in 2024. Up here you see I've got the air conditioner. It's like a little. I guess you'd call it a little gauge for measuring the temperature outside. The air box, as you remember, I completely rebuilt the air box. It's got a brand new heater core in it. It's got a brand new air conditioner coil in it. It's got, all this has been redone. And as you can see, I put heat tape around where the original, if you can see that, I wrapped everything with heat tape up and around here, around the edges, just to give it a little extra support. But as you can see, all the vacuum actuators are good. There's no reason for them to be bad. I actually put a vacuum gun on those and checked them out. All the doors are actuated on those actuators. It comes off your a vacuum system. You say, well, that's kind of confusing. I don't quite understand how that all works. Well, don't worry about it. We've got it under control over here. As you can see, these ones, they actually, let me show you where they go. They go behind the actual controller in the cab. And as you can see, that looks like there was something on there. There was a fitting on there. And I'm going to show you a little something about that. 1 second here. So this one here goes up through, and this connects to your heater control. Okay, but those vacuum lines, they come out the front here, and as you can see, I've got it labeled. This little line right here comes all the way over, and it hooks into, 1 second, people. It hooks into, this is how you can tell if you had that style on your booster box. It's got 2 ports. And one of the ports goes to the back of the carburetor. The other port goes over to that, which supplies air for your actuators inside your air box. And that's how that works. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's bring you over here. Okay, hold on a second. Let me plug this light in so we have a little more light. Hold on 1 second. There we go. All right. So, let me turn that off. Move that over here. All right, do you see this here? As you can see, I labeled everything, people. When I took it apart, I labeled it and put it in bags. I rebuilt them like this here. This is the throttle assembly, or it goes to the pedal. All that's been rebuilt, sandblasted, and painted. It's got all the hardware in there to put it right to the firewall. See that? Okay. Check mark means it's all good to go. There's that. I do have the repair manual to go by too. It has a lot of good pictures in there. This is part of the emergency brake. Again, they don't paint these from the factory, and I'll never have to worry about it again because it's painted. I mean, this right here, if you left it raw, this is thick steel, people. This isn't plastic like they make things nowadays. Look at that. That's almost 1/8" steel. Okay, so that situation there, I have all the hardware that goes with everything. Okay, we keep everything in order. I keep them and I bag them and I tag them. You see I have everything here. Clutch pedal, emergency brake pad. I have all the stuff labeled out. Brake booster, okay? Cab parts. What else? Clutch boot, okay, through the firewall. This is how you're supposed to do it, so you're not overwhelmed, okay? So you're not overwhelmed. You're supposed to label everything. Driver's side vent screws. Okay, so let's set all that aside and let's get back to the situation here. So, side note, this piece here, I think I've told you, I need to paint this the rest of the way. But this, if you can notice, there's a little bit of a seam sealer left on there. This goes down in the cab, and what it is it's an extra support for the Z-bar. This is only standard on the standard models, the 4-speeds or the standard shift models. This goes on the floor. Let me bring you over because I know you want to see it. Where the Z-bar goes down through, people, down through here, it runs down through, but as you notice, that's where that goes. That bolts down to the floor, and it helps give more support to the floor pan because the Z-bar is riding off that underneath. Okay, but I can't put that on yet until we get the rest of it painted, and I also need to get some more seam sealer to seal that up and make it weather tight. But getting back to the this is your heater control switch. Okay, this is an 86 heater control switch. Each one of these gives you have your off, you have max, you have AC, you have vent. Now see how they're going in and staying in? That's because they're actuated off of air, so to speak. Okay, but this one here is in nice shape. I can get another one if I have to off eBay, but the vent system here, vent would be off your vents coming through the dash. Heat would be down below at your feet, and then that's obvious, right? That's up by the dash, up by the windshield. And then of course you have your low, mid, and then high, okay? But if you look at here, I want to show you something. Do you see those little rubber pieces there? There used to be another piece, like this piece right here itself. Used to have another piece on it. And it just literally crumbled, okay? And I didn't panic because all I need to do is make the corresponding hoses. These hoses are very good yet. They're very rigid, okay? But these all have a certain specific orientation of what they move. And all you need to do is find out which one moves which for your vents, and then you just hook them up. I'll just delete this piece here if I can't get one, and then we'll run a connector in between them, and then we'll go ahead and label them. So them are where them colored lines off the airbox go, okay? And then of course you've got your, where is it at here? Up here, you see this piece here that moves and selects? This would be your cable portion. See this? This would be where that cable went, that red cable that I just showed you on the airbox. And then, so what we're going to do is we're going to clean this up and get some Q-tips and some alcohol, and we're going to clean that up, number one. The back side here, as you can see, it keeps popping off. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get some good two-part epoxy, and we're going to go ahead and try to secure that a little better. Hard to do with one hand, but we're going to get that back in there and secure it so that it's when you push on these buttons, it doesn't push the back off, but it only holds on by these little tabs down here, which is not a big deal. I can fix that. If I can't, I'll order one. But a lot of this stuff, there's new old stock stuff out there. I may just try to find one. But that's the deal there. This is my throttle cable and stuff that goes underneath. As you can see, that's got a little surface rust on it. That one's got to be sandblasted. And we've got a bunch of parts down in the basement. I've got a one of these tall toolboxes. It's like a job box. I've got all my stuff laid out in there. And maybe tomorrow night we'll walk you down there and show you what we got. And this way you can kind of see, what exactly is left for parts to be cleaned, if you know what I mean. Hold on a second. I got to get some light in here. There we go. But as you can see, boy, I'll tell you what, not a bad job. I can actually see my lips. Not a bad job. On the hair trimming, I even did the nose hairs a little bit, and on the eyebrows. Look at that. Got them trimmed up, and I'm trying to grow the beard a little longer. I got some beard oil I got to put on there. But looking good there. But yeah, so at the end of the day, I'm trying to get this harness in tonight so that I can say we can get this harness all built. All right, down here. And I want to get that put in the cab. And then I can go ahead and put the metal pieces underneath that plastic top piece. And I can swing that down in. I'll do it again. I'll swing it down in. We'll lock it all in. I also have, let me show you. As you can see, I have all the dash parts here. I have the windshield wipers. Now this is just another one I picked up at the junkyard because I didn't know if I would have... this is a different style. This is one that doesn't run off of an air system type deal. This will actuate the doors differently. It's out of a first-gen Dodge. It's just a different style. So, I don't know. It's actually pretty clean. But, and that being said, I don't know. I don't think I want to go with this. I want to go with the original one that was in it. But as you can see, this is a little foam piece that goes around where the steering column goes in. This is all the little parts and pieces. But let me just show you what we've got here. Hold on one second, people. Okay, as you can see, I have the visors. And look what else that I have. I have the original dash component here. And what a beauty she is. I do have a spare one. But this one has the original miles on that California truck. Take a look at that. 57,843 miles. So you can see why I want to get this all put back together. I'm keeping everything nice. Now here's the other thing I ordered. I almost ordered these again. I forgot I had them. These are the windshield washer bushings. Those little plastic bushings that go up on the windshield washer arms. And I've got those up here in a bag, if you can see that. Hold on. You see that hole right there? That's where the bushings go. And as you can see, I got the power booster on. Let me get the light because I know you're going to want to see this. You're going to want to see this, people. Again, in preparation, this has been about 3 years I've been working on this truck, but you can see I painted the power booster. Okay, on the outside, I put I got the air box in real nice. This has all gone through. The heater, the fan has all been oiled and ready to go. You can see it's got the wire loom there. All these here are stainless steel washers. I've got that held in. That's held in real nice. Again, label everything, people. Brand new heater core, okay? Brand new air conditioner core right there. And those are something that, it's not that this is hard to do, people. It's just you don't want to sit there and do it after you get the truck running and find out you got a leak. But this is where the, I don't want to touch it, but I'm shining the light on it. This is where the windshield washer arms go, and underneath inside this trough is where the motor bolts up right there. But inside there, that's where those little brackets go up there. Those little brackets up here. I got to pull them down. They're all in bags. But that's where the bracket goes. And that's where them little bushings go. But we're looking good with the cab situation. I'm excited as I've been home here a little bit. I'm getting everything together. I've got to order some, as you know, the floors are solid in this truck. But I'm going to order some sound deadening to put in here. I do have a brand new carpet up top. Let me see if I can show you this. I don't want to touch the cab because it's got, it's in primer and I don't want to really get handprints all over it. But let me show you what we got here. Up there, as you can see, maybe you can't. Let's see. See that box? That's got the custom carpets that go in it. And I believe that's not a carpet. That's an actual rubber mat. So we've got a lot of new parts for this truck, and when it's done, it's going to be something, okay? It's going to be really nice when it's all said and done, and we're trying to do it right and do it right and do it right, because if you're not doing it right, you're not doing it. And we're getting back to a situation that says, I'm going to get online tonight and take a look. This has part numbers on it. If I can get another one, a new old stock one, I'm going to get it. If not, we will make that one work. We're happy with the little gun we bought. We've got, as you can see, bins. That's the way to do it, people, if you can. Put them in bins. Save all your parts. Get them ready to go. I have all my trim. As you can see over here, let me show you. All the trim that goes on that vehicle, I have them. Okay? I've been leaving them up where nothing gets hurt on it. If you can see over here, I've got the dash, the grill piece. It's just hanging up there. Nobody comes in my garage, people, unless I want them to. But these are the, I've got two of these. One's from a donor truck. I got another one up in the shed of many colors. But this is the original one. All this needs to be sanded by hand in order to get it roughed up enough for paint. This is a lower valence. I know where everything is. And there's a speedometer cable right there. But it's a small operation over here at the compound. We're trying to get this Dodge, when it's done, to be able to say, wow, is that an original all rebuilt California Survivor? Or is that just a Bondo buggy? But it's not going to be a Bondo buggy because we did it right, people. And the sheet metal on this truck is extremely nice. But that's one last look at it. And we're going to get this baby in. And the next time you see me on a video, I'll probably have all this in with the glove box and everything. And then what we'll have to do, if we're going to do that, is we wind up wrapping this in craft paper to cover it so that we can paint the inside of this cab. And once it's painted, people, we're going to go ahead and reach in from the back of that hole right there. And we're going to go through there and we're going to spray the whole inside top with fluid film. We're going to go up underneath the bottom here, right here, and up through this piece here, and we're going to go through and we're going to spray all that with fluid film. And then down here in these, hold on, let me get the light again. It's dark in this garage right here. We're going to go inside here, inside where the air boxes are, and we're going to spray down in the door areas. Okay, we're going to spray them all. Something they would have never done from factory. We're going to go ahead and spray all them, and surely she'll be in good shape. Down in here, we're going to spray all that with the fluid film. As you can see, the bottom of this cab is in solid shape. Look at that. No rust. So, I don't know what else I can tell you with the update on it. We're going to get her in good shape. We're going to get her right. And we're going to give you the walk around as soon as we get her done. But this is Bry. Harbor Freight's got some deals going on right now, people. They got some good deals. And I did have to go get these here. These are for the RAV, the blinkers. I forgot they didn't have blinkers in them. So I went and got those. And that's about it. We're going to get cleaning this harness up, and then I'll give you another video. This is Bry. I got to go.